Hey, welcome to a new episode of the Boiz tier list episode. We're doing a tier list of the Rogan-Sphere. We're going through all of the main Rogan guys, Rogan's team, and we're going to put them on this tier list and see who is the best and who is the worst. You guys excited?
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm about to lose control,
right?
And I think I like it.
That was good. I didn't know all those lyrics, so
I'm pretty sure those are the lyrics.
I think so.
I don't know the actual lyrics, but
so Lemon, explain the rules to the tier list.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a name of a comedian.
You got to come in closer to the shot.
We're gonna get a name of a comedian.
Too. There's two shots.
Right, I'm saying the main one.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna get a comedian, and then we have this here whiteboard with all the different grades. If you've never seen a tier list video before, and then we're going to grade each.
We're gonna put everybody down on the white supremacist board.
Yep.
Yeah, they shortened it to whiteboard.
Yeah. Actually, now I think about it, I don't think there's a black person on this list. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That says more about Rogan than it does us. I think.
In the Rogan-Sphere.
I don't think so.
There's got to be at least one. Ooh, Chappelle. I don't think Chappelle really counts.
Yeah, I don't think he's...
No, they've like hung out.
They're homies,
yeah,
but they're not. Chappelle's not a Rogan.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, NDT.
I think he's been on more times.
He's
than
been
any
on a lot.
comedian.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, who wants to? Do you want to pick the first person, Matt?
Might as well
Let's just go from the top.
I just wrote them in a random order, so.
Oh.
So at the top we've got Theo Von.
Theo Von.
Theo Von here on this list.
Take the
What do you guys think?
This big list.
Yeah.
I have an opinion.
All right, let's hear it.
So,
Get us started.
Theo Von, fantastic podcaster, very funny guy, funny on the fly.
Okay.
So he's like naturally funny, and that gives him props. However, his stand-up, I don't know, it's not as
Like this.
punchline-y.
Yeah, I've never
that makes sense.
actually seen his stand-up before. Oh, look at this.
I've seen a very limited amount, but like he goes up there, he has fun. Like it
You don't
seems
have
like
to
it'd
hold
be
it
fun
up
to
the
go
whole
to
time.
one of
You
his
put it-
shows.
It's fine.
All right.
It'd be fun to like go to one of his shows, but like I don't know, he doesn't have like memorable bits.
Yeah, he seems like a fun character. Like I see people at like post TikToks of meeting him, and they have a lot of fun meeting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's more of a podcaster.
More of a
than,
podcaster.
Like a personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think of all of
I
them,
haven't
he's
seen
the
a ton of his stand-up.
Yeah, neither have I. I think
Actually-
he's the newest at stand-up out of kind of like the Rogan-Sphere people.
I
Like
think
he was
he's been doing it for a
podcasting.
while. We have Schaub on this.
Oh, little tease.
Well,
All right.
obviously, it was Rogan-Sphere.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know.
I mean,
For
his
Theo-
podcast is also legit. He's had like Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he's like one of the biggest.
I guess what are we ranking them on in terms of podcasts or in terms of
Yeah, that's
comedy?
well. You set this up.
Yeah, that's a good question. We should figure that out.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Just how
go.
much we
I'm
like-
gonna go C. I think he's in the C.
I'm gonna put my bid in as I think this is like for just their overall like
Just how funny of a person they are.
their entire body of work, not
Sure.
purely as a stand-up comedian. And if that's the case, I think Theo has to be higher than a C.
Yeah.
I don't watch his
Given
podcast either.
podcast,
So.
I don't really watch it either, but it's big enough to where he's got to be bigger than a C.
All right.
Well, there's some unfunny people with big
Yeah.
podcasts.
So where do you put him, Matt?
I'll give him a B.
He is funny though.
All right.
That's what I was thinking too. This is gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, this is gonna look horrible, but it's all right.
We should just have a graphic.
Yeah, that's honestly that'd be kind of better.
B2.
Should I just do a graphic instead of this?
Right,
We've
that's
already
what
kind of committed to this.
We've already committed to the.
All right, Matt Yari, who's the next person on the
Next
tier
we've
list?
got
We should definitely have
Schaub.
Shaw, Brendan Shaw. He's a media mogul. That's what he, they say about him. He knows how to run a media group. He has
Is that what he does?
I think so. That's his thing. I saw one of the
Portnoy type deal.
No, I saw one of the
He tries.
podcast commentary people call him like a business shark or something like that. And that's like the joke about him is that he's a business shark.
He survives off of his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a failed MMA guy.
Yeah.
And a failed comedian.
And a failed comedian.
He's just trying comedy. He's like new at comedy.
He quit.
And he kind of he doesn't do comedy anymore.
I don't think he does comedy anymore. Yeah.
Well, that's probably a good thing because he was too well known for comedy. Like he was already doing shows and special.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to put in time. You have to actually get good at this first, which he didn't do. It's like, I've been doing MMA for a year. I'm not gonna be going into the fucking UFC anytime soon.
Yeah.
And that's basically what Schaub tried to do in comedy. So obviously he's at the bottom of this list.
Okay.
That is.
Lemon, are you also going E?
Well, you see, Schaub starts with an S.
Let's do this. If a name, if you want to rank it the same place, just
out. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Then we don't have to write it twice.
Well, his name starts with an S. So
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's very respectful of you, Lemon.
Really? You're gonna
is that how you spell it?
You're gonna put him at the
I think
top?
so.
I think he's.
You got to give him props.
See, all right. Let me defend this.
He doesn't do comedy. I just want to reiterate. He doesn't do comedy anymore.
All right. Here's the thing.
He's at the absolute top of the list.
Okay, I found my shovel. Let me dig. Let me dig.
Horrible.
Let me dig. I have my shovel. I'm in my hole. Will I get out? Brandon Schaub has provided a lot to laugh at. Maybe not what he's trying to make funny, but himself is very funny to laugh at. He's very funny to make fun of. His fan base, they all hate him, which is hilarious. His entire the subreddit for his show is dedicated to hating him. He is so well known for being hated, and he does so much stupid shit. It is really funny. So that makes him funny. Yeah, funny name, funny guy. Did I do good?
Right.
No, you're the Brendan Schaub of this podcast.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I.
You're also
for.
the newest of stand-up out of this podcast, so.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been doing it for 20 years.
I put him at a D because I didn't want to I feel like it's rude to put someone at an E.
That's what this is for.
He doesn't want to be rude.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Dealing with over here.
I spelled his name.
Because listen,
he's trying to do comedy, but doesn't want to be rude. It's recreational rudeness.
Listen, here's
That's
the thing.
what comedy is.
I respect the fact that he's doing it. I just like when people do stuff.
He also quit.
That's a good point.
So
Yeah, he's.
All right, he's a D.5.
No, he absolutely belongs in an E, but he belongs so far at the bottom.
Why does he belong in an E though?
Because he's.
but he's also to your justification, he really hasn't even provided that much laughter.
Well, you haven't been following.
There's nothing to follow.
No, there is. There's so much content about how unfunny he is.
I don't know.
Other people's content?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Exactly.
it's not Brendan.
He's accomplished more than all of us,
Brendan-
and I feel like that's enough to grant him a D.
Brandon, well then
there's no category of E because
Yeah.
all these people by definition have accomplished more.
So
than
if
us.
Joseph puts someone at a D, that actually means E.
All right, fine.
But
He's a D.5.
his name is an S.
All right, whatever.
He's an idea.
All right, let's move on to the next person.
you put him one step below Theo.
I spelled his name so wrong. It looks like it says Shyab.
Shuab. Anyways, who's the next person? Who's the next person?
Jesus fucking Christ. Next one is Bert.
Bert.
Ooh. Who wants to take this one?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm putting him at an E.
You put Schaub ahead of Bert. How much fucking fentanyl are you guys on? Jesus Christ.
I think Bert is so annoying. I can't.
Well, that's a little rude. It's kind of rude.
It's a little rude.
I guess you're okay with being rude now.
Yeah.
Fucking dickheads. All right, explain your fucking retarded choice.
Listen, I can't take this guy. Anytime he's on a podcast with his little laugh or with his constant interruptions and his constant
What are you talking
telling stories.
What?
I was interrupting him.
Oh, that's what it just. Fucking.
He's the Bert of this podcast.
Oh,
Anyways,
God,
I'm not a fan of Bert at all. I don't respect him. I don't like him. I don't enjoy him. So that's why I'm going with Bert at an E.
But what about Brennan Schaub? We moved on.
I'm gonna put Bert at a D. Because I want it in the shot. No?
It's still in the shot.
You're already seeing the graphic. So you're putting
I'm putting Bert at a D. I don't think he's very funny.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's that famous. His whole shtick is taking his shirt off, which is kind of what I do on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But
you know the movie
The Machine?
the Machine.
he got a movie made somehow.
No, the movie Van Wilder that was based on his life.
Van Wilder was based on Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
No,
Not
I'm
for
serious.
the stories that he provides, but he is a notorious liar.
That's a true fact. Yeah, the movie Van Wilder is based on his life.
That's the most mind-blowing shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
How do you know that? Where did that information come from?
It's like publicly
like
known
known?
information. Yeah.
Does that change your ranking?
It doesn't. Maybe a little bit, honestly. No, I'm not going to change it. So Van Wilder is Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What an animal.
Yeah, I'll prove it to you right now.
Okay, well, you go ahead and rank
Yeah.
him while Joe
I'm
proves it.
I'm putting Bert at the D, so I'm just gonna underline it. Because I think he's not a great comedian, but I don't know. He's said some funny things. He's like entertaining. He stays busy. He gives his friends opportunities. Bert, book me on a show, please. He's really annoying. I hate anything that he's on usually. Why did I give him a D? Well, he's been funny. He's had funny moments. It's just he's been in so much stuff that you really see how unfunny he is.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
Van Wilder, right?
Yeah. So, well, he come on. He disc golfs. The D stands for disc golf because he disc golfs.
I like that. I just blew Matt's mind with
You
that.
did just blow my mind.
Yeah.
Wow. I learned something today.
Yeah.
Not the only thing you've blown in this closet.
Heyo.
Oh, all right.
All right,
Who's
next.
We've all got Bert Kreischer. Next, we're going with Mr. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Tony. Kill Tony.
All right, Joseph. Where are you putting Tony?
I have to go first again?
I'll go first with
Okay.
this.
All right, you go first.
All right, see, this is tough for me because Tony Hinchcliffe is two people because he used to be a pretty damn good comic.
Uh-huh.
He used to be very likable. He used to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But then, little boy caught a little whiff of success.
Mm-hmm.
He started to get high on
His supply.
His own. Yeah.
what's something that rhymes with high that means famous? High on notoriety.
Sure.
Current Tony Hinchcliffe, I would give a D.
Okay.
But like at his peak, I think he peaked in like 2019, like right before COVID. Like that's when he changed, in my opinion. I would put him like at an A.
Oh, well, just
So
you have to average out A.
yeah,
and
that's
B.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's you get what I'm
No,
saying.
you got to pick one.
All right, pick.
So-
Just pick something.
I'm putting him at a C.
All right, Tony.
Because
Hinchcliffe at a C.
He was once a great man, but now he is just a gay man.
All right.
That
That's a good
denies
point.
it.
I am going to put him. I would say he's right there with Theo, as far as his overall what he is and who he is, and his presence right now. I think is highly comparable.
Put a little comma. That was very grammatically correct of you. So I'm famously I famously am a Kill Tony hater. And that's become my whole brand.
Very famous for it.
Yeah, people all over the internet know me for being a Kill Tony hater.
Fucking walk anywhere on the sidewalks without paparazzi taking pictures of him. He's just trying to.
I'm being a Kill Tony hater. So that's why I'm going to put him at an E.
Well, Brendan Schaub. Tony's funny on the spot.
Bert and Tony beneath Brendan Schaub.
Uh-huh.
Because it would be rude to put Brendan Schaub at an E.
You're sticking to it. I like it. I like it.
Committed to it.
Okay.
I have so much I want to say about Tony Hinchcliffe.
Free country, I guess.
Tony used to be so
even though it's
fucking
not
funny. He's still very quick-witted. He's a good writer. He's really good at roast. But like, he's like at a point where
Also, by the way, I don't know if you saw the Tom Brady roast on Netflix.
Yeah,
He had by far the best set.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
That's where
legitimate. He's a dickhead, but he's very funny.
Yeah, he's a fantastic writer.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
But no, I just,
that's
it's
actually
become
where he
my
started
whole
going
thing
downhill.
to hate him, so.
Yeah.
Kind of rude.
Yeah.
Well, I put Schaub at an S, so I can't.
Yeah, I don't know what
We're just doing bits.
So that's Tony.
You guys are not taking this seriously.
No, I'm taking
is
this very
very
serious.
serious.
This is life or death to me.
Dude, I've been studying these names that we just thought of. All right, who we got next?
Do like
Okay, next we
Save
got-
some of
what
the
is it?
names.
Is Tom Segura? Is that he next?
what did you say?
Yeah, Tom
Yeah.
has got to be Segura.
Tom Segura is next. Okay.
Sure. Where am I? Am I going first?
Yeah, sure. Go first.
I love Tom Segura. I think he's fantastic. I think
Okay.
he's hilarious. I don't have anything bad to say about him. Also, if you've seen his the video of his injury, that's as good of a video as there is on the internet.
Does he have a TV show on Netflix now or something?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I haven't watched it.
No,
I heard
no,
his
no.
voice
I've heard a
acting.
good thing. I'm gonna put Tom up here.
All right. Nice.
Old.
Lem, what do you think?
All right, so now this guy, I've only seen him on like podcasts and stuff, and like on Kill Tony. I've heard that he is a very good comic.
Uh-huh.
Or actually, no, I saw a fucking review of like his most recent special. And it was.
So you're basing this off a review?
Good. Yeah, no. So I trust that he's a funny guy,
Okay.
and he has made me laugh before.
All right.
But he's a bit of a dickhead.
Really?
Yeah, there's the whole thing where he was like,
In what way is he a dickhead?
he's very demeaning to people that aren't rich. Well, because he hates the listeners of his podcast.
Interesting.
Because they'll be like, all they do is talk about how rich they are now. And he's like, dude, just get rich. Like, why? Let me be rich. Like, stop complaining that, like, you don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with
Okay, so
that. All right, so where are you going to put him?
yeah, where are you ranking him?
So, since I don't really know him too well, F. No. I'll give him a fucking C.
Let's write Segura. Tom's not a real person.
Tom S.
All right.
All right. Joseph, where are you ranking Segura?
So I like Lemon. Haven't watched too much of his stand-up. I know a lot of people who like him a lot. I'm not one of those people. I've watched his podcast from time to time, but I don't really pay attention to a lot of what he does. I feel like he's one of those guys that like went on Rogan and like now he has a career.
Segura?
Yeah.
He was big
No.
before.
He had multiple Netflix specials before the Rogan podcast.
Yeah. He was big before. I'm not just talking about his weight.
Hey-o, there you go.
Tom Segura's a self-made. You shouldn't even really call him a Roganite type. You know what I mean? Like, he legitimately had multiple Netflix specials, and those were his best ones, honestly. Before Rogan
Interesting.
blew the fuck up.
Well, I didn't know about him until Rogan, so I'm going to put him at a C.
Tom's.
All right. Next, we got Whitney Cummings.
Yeah, I'm going to kill him.
Who's going to start? Joe, you start.
All right, cool. I will put her at a D. Whitney. Whitney C. Because I don't know anything about her. And I feel like it'd be rude to like put her at an E if I don't really have anything against her. But I generally am not interested in women comedians. And I don't really have any thoughts of her aside from that.
Okay.
Yeah. So who's next?
Where are you putting her?
I'm gonna. So I've seen some of her stand up. I haven't watched like a full special, but again, it's like I've seen a review thing that like goes through all of it. It was of her most recent one, which was like universally agreed to be very bad.
Okay.
But she had to have been funny at some point, you know. Do you like how we're reviewing people that we barely know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But based off of like her personality and stuff, like off podcasts and stuff, she also hasn't made me laugh like at all.
All right.
But I do kind of want to court her, so I'm gonna go D instead of E.
Hey, double D, am I right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put her at a C because she's pretty funny and
Okay.
she's hot.
There you go. Sometimes that's all it takes.
C stands for court, as you hope to court her. I once bedded Whitney Cummings.
I'm gonna come.
I think saying bedding.
Next, we've got Tim Dillon.
Wait, should we do one more and then do the rest in another one?
Maybe.
That way we have more content and we don't have to record.
We could just split this in half. And maybe we split it in half right now.
No, just do Tim Dillon and then we'll
Just do Tim Dillon.
Yeah, and then we'll start over, but like with new like the rest of the people.
Yeah, you want to erase the board and
Yeah.
why don't we just keep going?
Yeah, with like the rest of the names, I'm like much more familiar with too.
Why don't we just finish the whole video?
Because it's more content.
Yeah, we could do a two-parter.
Yeah. We don't have to
So
erase the
you wanna
board,
do
but
same thing again.
yeah, but just with the rest of the names.
Yeah.
Okay, so do this again, but erase it and just have new people.
We don't have
Yeah.
to erase it. We could just do a part 2.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Well, then just do that when you edit it.
Well, because we have to do it like an intro and like.
Yeah, we could just literally just do that. Anyway,
All right, we'll do Tim Dillon and then we'll
Tim
we'll
Dillon.
cut
All right,
and then
who's
we'll.
going first? Me.
All right, yeah,
I
we'll
think
do
it's-
Tim
I think it's
Dillon.
my
Who's
turn
doing
to
Tim Dillon?
go
Yeah,
first.
it's your turn to go first.
All right, Tim Dillon. Very funny guy, very smart guy, very insightful, very
Sure.
clever on the spot.
Okay.
Nothing bad to say about him.
Yeah.
Other than he's gay. No.
There you go.
Tim Dillon fucking rules. He's getting an S. Tim D.
Okay. Matthew Yari.
I think it's very disrespectful that you have Tim Dillon and Brendan Schaub on the same tier.
Well, just
But I'm gonna agree. I think honestly, Tim Dillon is one of my favorite comedians in the game right now. He is fucking hilarious.
oh yeah, he does comedy too.
Yeah, I gotta give him the underline.
Okay. So I haven't watched too much of his stand up. I don't think I've watched any of his stand up actually.
He's got a special on Netflix. It's hilarious.
He got stuff on YouTube too.
He's got a lot of good YouTube.
I've seen some clips of his podcast. I saw when he had Gary V on his podcast.
His just off the cuff rants are as good as anybody. I really don't think there's anybody. There's nobody better.
Yeah, he's like
Very interesting.
he's
And then he
funny while giving good takes.
Yes, and then what he was actually just before I came here, he was interviewed on CNN, and they tried to ask. him
Yeah, I
his
saw
part,
that.
And then he just he's like, "You guys are all fucking retards."
Yeah.
And he very like intelligently and logically like pointed out how this is why your question is retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Dillon is a gift.
So it's like if you want
That girl, I reached out to her to see if she wanted to do the P-Boys.
from CNN,
Yeah.
That would be so fucking awesome.
I want to interview her so
All right, where are you
bad.
putting Tim Dillon?
I'm putting Tim Dillon at a C.
You're a
What?
fucking dickhead.
Reasoning?
Why?
You know, I don't watch him that much. I don't really. I saw he interviewed Gary V. I thought that was pretty cool.
What don't you like about him? Let's run through that.
I saw he was on Nick Rocheford's stream. That was pretty cool. I like that when they were talking about houses.
What don't you like?
I just don't know him well enough to put him any higher than a C.
Well, like, listen to how confident we are endorsing our boy, you know? You know what? No, fuck it. Fuck it.
Yeah. So I'm putting Dillon at a C. You know, maybe if he, you know, reached out and he wanted to be on the podcast, I might bump him up to a B.
Maybe you sent me a
Maybe
video
an A.
directly and I could watch.
I
it.
just want to point out that within this ranking, somebody put Brendan Schaub
It's a bit.
at the top,
It's a bit.
and we have Tim Dillon 3 tiers lower.
Yeah, but the
it's not the
average,
same.
like the average of Tim Dillon is higher.
It's like a B+.
It's just rude, you guys. Joseph doesn't want to be rude, and then he's just rude as fuck.
I'm sticking with Brandon Schaub as an S tier.
All right.
What am I doing here? What are we doing here in this existence in this world? Okay, so are we done with this?
Yeah, let's. All
segment
right,
now?
we're come back for part 2. We'll
We're gonna wrap
see the
this
rest
up.
of the. Yeah,
Like a condom.
Thoughts?
yeah. Leave a comment. Who do you like? Who's had the worst opinions?
How much do
Leave
you
it
disagree
below.
with us?
All right, big piece.
And I'm obviously the least retarded of these 3. I just want to point that out.
Well,
Back on the P-Boys. Back on the P-Boys.